It's time for the Proseed Halftime Show. If you need seed, think Proseed. Join us today, Sales Manager Jason Lovejoy. It's great to have you here, man. Water everywhere, it seems like, at least as of late. How are the crops doing?
It's been a battle, especially up north. I'm from northwest Minnesota, so getting the wheat harvest off has been a battle.
Yeah, what have the farmers been saying about it?
Well, the last couple of weeks, the wheat hasn't been, quality-wise, has been pretty bad. But they're trying to get it off, so just to get it off the field.
Doing the best they can.
Doing the best they can.
Hopefully it'll heat up a little bit here,
Yeah.
which it's supposed to. We'll see what happens. But let's talk about, obviously, your 2020 financing options.
We got two programs this year. We got 0% financing, two different programs. We have John Deere Financial, which is 0%, no payments till December 2020. And then we have another one called Farmer's Choice, which is a program you borrow from your local lender or bank. Proseed pays the interest up till January 1st of 2021.
Nice. And the big question, too, do you guys take cash?
We love cash.
What kind of cash discount do you have?
We have 10% now till October 5th. Then it's September 5th, it's 9% cash, and 8% December 5th. So.
Nice. Anything else you want to add?
No, just if you have any questions on financing, get a hold of your local Proseed dealer, and they'll hook you up with some great financing options.
It's always great to have you here, man. We appreciate it. Of course, you got the Right Choice program as well. If you want more information about the great financing options or anything with Proseed, check out their website, proseed.net. Again, if you need seed, think Proseed. Stick around. Much more coming up right here on the Proseed Halftime Show.
Welcome into our Fargo studios. The halftime Proseed halftime report as the Bison lead Delaware 27-5.
A little bit of a slower start than I think anyone on the NDSU side would have liked. That might be the understatement of the day.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they're now firing on all cylinders. Matt Entz obviously saying that there's certainly things that they're going to talk about at halftime, but overall, they gained some momentum going into half.
Special teams a big thing. Let's get into the first half highlights here.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough start for the Bison. Delaware jumping out with a 2-0 lead after blocking a punt and collecting the safety. Now Delaware's on the move. Pat Kehoe on his first pass of the day, and he's picked off by Michael Tutsi.
Shades of last year, because Pat Kehoe's first pass of the day was picked off by Jabril Cox in 2018. This one didn't lead to a touchdown yet.
Not yet. Bison back on the move. Ty Brooks, 29 yards here for the big game.
It was tough for any offense, either offense, to get going, and that was a big play by Ty Brooks to get the Bison set up.
Gets the Bison down to the 5, and then true freshman Kobe Johnson playing in his third game here for NDSU into the paint.
I think we might see the 4-game rule get breached with Kobe Johnson.
Yeah, there might be
too vital.
Might be a red shirt being pulled here pretty soon. 7-2 NDSU leads, and then another Bison drive held on a 4th and 1. Griffin Crosa out for the 46-yard field goal, doinks it over.
Celebrate, young man. 46 yards. He told Ryan Gellner pregame 47 was my number, and he needed all 46 of those yards.
Absolutely. I love that celebration. It's a 10-2 NDSU lead. Blue Hens with a great kick return, and they're inside the red zone. Kehoe looking at Gene Coleman here, but Jackson Hankey with some great coverage.
Jackson Hankey showing off that he can be in pass coverage in that middle linebacker spot.
Delaware does end up with a field goal there, 10-5 NDSU into the second quarter. Now big 3rd down and 9. Trey Lance hits Adam Cofield, and he's off for more than a first down here into the end zone.
Marvelous job by Tyler Roll to mix up what the offense looks like they're doing, and then throwing in a wrinkle, completely catching Delaware's defense
17-5 NDSU with the lead there. A little later, Delaware drive backed up to 3rd and 11. Nolan Henderson in for the snap, and he's sacked for a loss of 6.
Likewise, the Bison defense is not being fooled by what Delaware is trying to accomplish offensively.
Yeah, Delaware really looking to struggle to figure out what they're lining up, and Bison eating some clock here now late in the second half. Late in the second quarter, 3 first downs and a 9-yard gain from Ty Brooks here.
Ty Brooks gaining the edge there. A nice job getting outside and setting up the Bison in decent territory. This was something that Matt Entz mentioned.
That one ends up as a 23-yard field goal, 25 NDSU. Now, final drive of the second quarter. Lance to Phoenix Sproles here for 41 yards.
My goodness, this is going to be so much fun to watch over the next 4 years. That connection of Trey Lance to Phoenix Sproles is awesome.
And then back to Kobe Johnson, 22-yard carry here. The Bison knocking on the door.
The true freshman getting a bigger look because Dimitri Williams isn't available today.
And then Lance to Ben Ellefson here, the pride of Holly, with the touchdown reception.
I get more and more impressed with how Trey Lance can throw from off of his normal platform and makes that play look super, super easy, and it is not.
Ellefson with his 13 touchdown reception of his career, 27-5 here at the half, as we take a look at your halftime stats brought to you by the North Dakota Certified Seed Producers. A 27-5 lead at the half here. Looking at rushing yards, 2 for Delaware.
They have two rushing yards.
Passing yards, 27. Total yards, 29. It's so funny because the first words out of my mouth were not the start that the Bison wanted. When you look at just this stat board, though, it looks like total domination. Why doesn't it feel like total domination?
Well, that start was rough, but it does feel, I mean, a little bit now, 27-5. I think if they would have gotten a touchdown instead of a field goal there in the second quarter when they were on the 3-yard line, that probably would have helped a little bit more. Then you're looking at something like a 34, 32, 31 game there. But Bison are in control of this first half.
I think it just really speaks to the expectations for Bison football. That was our halftime stats brought to you by the North Dakota Certified Seed Producers. We'll have some scores coming up after this break.
Welcome back to the Proseed halftime report. North Dakota State leading Delaware 27-5. Let's take a look at the rest of the scores from games going on in the Missouri Valley Football Conference, starting us off with Indiana State at halftime holding a 10-0 lead over Eastern Kentucky. South Dakota State holding an early lead over Drake. Drake making the rounds against the Dakota schools this year. 10-0 South Dakota State leads Drake in the first quarter of that game. We move on to Duquesne at Youngstown State. The Penguins with an early lead there over Duquesne, 7-0 in the first quarter, and then games still to come. About 2 o'clock in about 15 minutes or so, South Dakota will kick off against Houston Baptist. Illinois State heads to Eastern Illinois. Popular day in the state of Illinois for football games today. Illinois State at Eastern Illinois. Montana State making the trek to Macomb to take on Western Illinois. That game will kick in about an hour and 15 minutes or so. And then UT Martin heading to Southern Illinois. That game will kick at 6 p.m. And then Missouri State playing an FBS school. They're in the Big Easy taking on Tulane in New Orleans. A 7 o'clock Central Time start for that one. Again, our score 27-5, North Dakota State leading Delaware. We will step aside and come back and get our second half thoughts before we get you out to second half action here on the Proseed halftime report. Back here on the Proseed halftime report, North Dakota State leading 27-5 here at halftime. Obviously, Matt Entz happy, I guess.
Go for the jugular here. Yeah, they've got things they want to improve upon. Let's get after it second half.
Yeah, here's the second half action. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, well, the biggest disappointment really is our offense right now. Our offense has done nothing to speak of out here. And, after blocking the punt and going up 2-0 and having a kickoff return, we had a little momentum. We just, come out of here with 5 points. So they're overwhelming us right now with their front four and with their pressure. We're going to try to do some things here in the second half to negate that a little bit, but that's made it uphill here in the first half.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Good luck the second half.
I appreciate that. Thanks.